for years, every single day, personal development, agonizing, personal development, just waiting, but I wasn't waiting, I was actually creating opportunity. Personal development, an hour every day, to and from a job site, one way. The fucking guys in the truck would be so pissed because they were hungover, and I wasn't, and they'd be trying to sleep, and I'm listening to Think and Grow Rich. Every time they would wake up or say some shit to me, I'd brake check them, back of the seat, head check. I didn't care what they thought because they were either going to come with me or get ran the fuck over by the train.
I'd rather be sidelined trying to achieve greatness than watch greatness achieved and it only set on the sideline. Now introducing your host, Jacob Emery.
This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by Unlocking Greatness with Jacob Emery, a coaching community built for those ready to become the strongest version of themselves. Weekly calls, proven playbooks, and a community built to grow. Greatness is not given, it's unlocked. Join us today at jacobemery.com or DM coach at jacobemery44 on all social media platforms.
All right, next we got Jacob Emery. Jake and I are business partners. We've trained together in a 4 a.m. crew and at a West Side. Shit, now
20 years?
Yeah, almost 20 years.
Fuck.
So I've known him for a long time. And, you know, for you guys that know about the Muscle Island project, some of you guys don't know me that well that are here that came with AG, but, you know, we had bought this island and basically made it, you know, a whole situation had never been touched. Well, when I found it on Zillow, people think it was like some magical thing. I was looking for an island. It was not true. I was looking for a fixture up around the lake so we could just go up and maybe run jet ski or something. That's the way. And I found this island. Well, I just mentioned it to Jake that morning because I'm like, we have like the road boxes, like where we put all our shit at or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, Jake, I'm like, I was looking on Zillow. Yeah, I'm about to buy this island, bro. It ain't got no utilities. We got to run the utilities under the water. And Jake goes, gee, do you know what the fuck I do? I got 3 of them machines that can do that. I go, oh, I'm definitely buying this island now. So I knew as soon as I had that. And just to give you context, this thing had been sitting there since they widened the lake in 1855 or something. Untouched, acre and a half. And no one could figure out the permitting or the utilities and whatnot. And so Jake was able to come in, and with Tyler Sealover, who's my operations guy, Max Effort, we figured out permitting. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I watched his guys, they was like in a little, they call it the USS Minnow or something. It's like this little like fishing boat because they had the thing that they're tracking as the boring machines going under the water, right? And they have to go 15 feet below the water or something.
It was
crack into the water. Yeah. And so anyway, I'm on the island and I'm just waiting for this thing to like shoot through, right? Because I know as soon as that comes up, I've got sewer, water, electric. Like there's 2 different holes that they had to bore or 3 different. And I was like, just to give you guys context, taking a property from raw land to ready to build when it's on like a situation like this, it was a $250,000 thing that he bored for me. Now, luckily, he didn't charge me that, which was awesome. He gave me the friendly. But the reality is, for what Jake was able to do from our relationships of 20 years of being in here, you know, grabbing the iron early, getting after it, talking business, what he was able to lend to me in that situation, you know, for a very reasonable cost, like allowed me to live a whole nother dream, honestly. Like something, I wanted a legacy piece of property that, you know, we could pass on to generations, that AG's bringing his kids and his kids are bringing, you know what I mean? But if I don't have utilities, I think we're doing one of them rain-catching, cistern type of houses. I don't know. I was about to buy it, but regardless. So Jake and I got a lot of history like that. What's awesome is I also watch him buy a business and grow it and have, how many employees you got at this point?
About 100.
About 100 employees in the pipeline industry. And when you say definition of killer, you guys heard Billy. This guy actually looks like a killer too. And I always got to tell him like, hey, you're intimidating, motherfucker, bro. You might need to go to Silicon tomorrow. So anyway, give it up for Jake Emery.
So some of you guys heard me speak at the last Max Effort event, and so I'm going to give you a real brief summary of my story. Dead or in jail by 21 was my high school outlook. 16 years old, that's where I was at. Dead or in jail by 21. So my ceiling of success was not very good. And by 18 years old, I went into the workforce at R&R Pipeline. 20-year-old me, dead or in jail by 21 was more than likely going to be the outcome. I turned around. Cory asked me one day, we're at the old school gym. I'm laid off of work. I'm broke as fuck. Broke. And I'm at the gym training like 4 or 5 hours a day. I'm angry. I'm fucking furious about life. I'm being a victim in that moment because I'm going nowhere. And instead of striving for victory, I am a victim. Cory's like, what the hell are you doing with your life? What the hell are you doing with your life? The most impactful question that I've ever had asked me before. 20-year-old me snapped, turned it around. 22 years old, I go from $9 an hour, starting at R&R Pipeline, 2007. 2010, I'm running crews. So 100 employees now, probably 60 or 70 then. But I'm leading grown-ass men that had been doing it longer than I've been alive. That's what they always told me. And so I go in 2 to 3 years with just personal development at the smallest amount. I skip happy hour. I go walk on a treadmill, listen to a book. That was it. What the hell were you doing with your life? Turned it all around in 3 years. At that point, I realized, man, this was really fucking easy to come this far in this amount of time. Persistent every single day. I was relentless every day, but it wasn't that hard. So at 23, I said, I'm going to buy the fucking company by the time I'm 30. So I did. But it didn't come without some learning lessons along the way. So I want to talk about persistent patience. It's my life motto now. It's how I live my life now. I am persistent in my pursuit of achieving greatness, patient with the outcome. The paradox of that is it's ironic because persistent and patient together makes little to no sense. But hear me out. So I spent most of my life being a failure and willing to quit. Got cut from the basketball team. I don't even know if I told you this or not. Middle school, 7th and 8th grade basketball team got cut. I think freshman year I did too, because I was fucking lazy. I was fat. I would be intense for a week or two, and then I would not do anything after that. I would kind of just dig a rut, burn myself out because I was great for a minute, and then I was nothing for a lot longer than a minute. Got cut from the team. I was fucking fat. I was overweight. I let this thing hinder on me forever. It weighed me down constantly. So I struggled. The gym, hit and miss. It was either all in on drinking or all in on the gym, and I was one or the other. When G asked me, what the hell are you doing with your life? I probably smelled like fucking alcohol. I was probably hungover, and I was probably boozing up.
Be a personal trainer.
Yeah.
I was asking, like, what
Yeah.
was going, bro?
Yeah. So what he thought was going to, and we didn't find out 15 years later? Yeah. So what he thought was the reality of me was I was very inconsistent, all over the place, probably running with the wrong people. Check that box. So dead or in jail by 21, that was me. I'm not ashamed to admit that. Any of you that have not failed, if you have not failed at anything, you haven't fucking tried anything. Don't be scared of failure. Failure is part of the recipe to success. It's on the same path. You have to fail a lot before you succeed at anything. Well, I didn't realize that then. I thought I was just going to be what everyone said I would be. So I struggled. And then the pain became so harsh and so real. 2013, I said, fuck this. I'm going to do the busy diet. This guy, Cory Gregory, has this busy diet. So I was going to do it 12 weeks. I'm going all in. I never finished anything I started in my life up until 2013. So just think about that. The gym, you probably don't even know this either. I never fucking finished a diet. I would skip a set on a workout. I would always fall short instead of going to the finish line. Everyone talks about heroic shit where, oh yeah, finish strong, 2 feet past the finish line. I would stop 2 feet short my whole fucking life. 2013 though, something else changed. 12 weeks. At this point, I was running crews of like 35 people on one job site. $5 million project would be nothing. I was persistent. I was a fucking dog, but I did not finish anything I started. Truly. And I knew that. I was lying to myself for the longest time. 12 weeks. I said it out loud. I said, gee, I'm going to fucking do this. I think 3 weeks in, he's like, man, you got to do this show. And I said, hell yeah, I'm in. The most terrifying commitment I ever made. Because at that point, I have to know, I just fucking admitted it to him. This guy, at that point, Muscle Farm president, he's hitting it big. And for whatever reason, he just gave me a phone call back every once in a while. He said, I got you. Call me a month out. Do this till then. A month out, I got you. And he did. I fucking did it. For the first time in my life, I committed to something. I started it and I finished it. I was persistent, but I was patient enough for 12 weeks to fucking go through that goddamn diet every single day in and day out. Brutal. In a hotel room with a bunch of pipeliners that were drinking every night, eating pizza, and I'm eating fucking tuna and green beans out of a can and out of a pack in a hotel room. I would put hot sauce on celery and think it was fucking tasteful, okay? Like, that's legit. Hot sauce on celery. I can't make that shit up. But I stuck it out. I did the thing, and I fucking committed something. I finished it. I started something, and I finished it for 12 weeks. It was hell. After that, I flamed out again. But I had actually done something that I'd never done before. So at that point, I knew I could buy R&R Pipeline. So I did it. Went on this journey. I said, I'm all fucking in. I got 6 years left. All in. At that point, I realized one thing. I have to stay persistent, relentless. I have to be a fucking dog. But I got to be patient with the outcome. Because I know how hard this is going to be. And there's one guarantee. If it's worth achieving, it's going to take longer, like you said earlier. It's 10 times harder. It's going to take 10 times longer. And it's going to hurt way worse than you fucking think. But it will be so much more worth it than you could ever imagine. So that's what happened. I go on this pursuit. Relentless, fucking 7 days a week, like Billy said. Billy nailed so many good points. Relentless, 7 days a week. Fucking what's after lunch? 60 hours a week? What are we doing after lunch? That's part-time for me. I used to have a mantra, anything less than 60 hours is part-time in 1 week. What the fuck are you doing after lunch? And I'm serious about that. Relentless. I probably worked more not getting paid than I did getting paid because I had a bigger vision than anyone could ever imagine for me. My vision was extreme. So I take that mindset and apply patience. I am a reckless fucking human in general. From 16 to 20, reckless would be an understatement. Trouble, fights, you name it, I probably did it. Relentless and reckless was not the R&R that I wanted to remember myself by. Was not the R&R that was supposed to take me to the promised land. But that's who I was. I had no patience. I expected everything yesterday, and I wasn't willing to get that delayed gratification in place. And now, I'm up against it. I'm going on this pursuit. I have no fucking idea how to buy R&R Pipeline. No clue. I don't know a damn thing about a damn thing, and I don't even know who to ask about it because I don't even know what question to ask. But I was persistent. I only needed one opportunity, but I knew that I cannot have that thing just thrown out in front of me. It had to be created. So for years, every single day, personal development, agonizing, personal development, just waiting, but I wasn't waiting. I was actually creating opportunity. Personal development, an hour every day, to and from a job site, one way. The fucking guys in the truck would be so pissed because they were hungover and I wasn't. And they'd be trying to sleep and I'm listening to Think and Grow Rich. And every time they would wake up, dude, every time they would wake up or say some shit to me, I'd brake check them, back of the seat, head check. Like concussions were probably likely to happen. But I didn't care what they thought because they were either going to come with me or get ran the fuck over by the train. And that was it. There was no other option. So I was on this pursuit. I'm still broke. No money. Still broke. Relentless. I am pursuing life every day as if I'm wealthy. I've already achieved the thing. I have nothing. 2019. Trying to figure it out. How do I buy this company? Multi-million-dollar company. Throughout the process, the one thing that I knew that I needed was connections. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. If you can remember anything from tonight, remember that. Your network will show you the net worth.
This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by R&R Pipeline Inc., an infrastructure company. Join our team today at rrpipelineinc.com.
You have to have the right people in your corner. It's not every day that Cory Gregory is willing to be your mentor. I was fucking blessed, G. Straight up. Someone believed in me that I never believed in myself. Someone like Cory that was going on this path already, he was achieving things I didn't know were possible. But he seen something in me whether it be personal trainer or pipeliner, either way, seen something in me that I never seen myself. So I knew I had to shake the right hand of the right person for that opportunity to be created. I go to a charity event. We donated a bunch of time and material for a job in Hocking Hills area down south. And it was for Big Brothers, Big Sisters. The main speaker of that event, my father-in-law worked for him. And I thought, holy shit, I had no idea. I thought I was going to meet the VP of our biggest customer that day. Like the hand that I wanted to shake that day never fucking showed up. So I'm like, how do I create opportunity right here when the perceived opportunity just left? Adam Lewin steps up on stage, the main fucking speaker of this massive, massive event. And I thought, I got to figure it out. 2 hours of time. He speaks. I tell my now business partner, I'm waiting until he's fucking done. I'm going to be relentless on his ass. I'm going to shake his hand. I don't care what it takes. You can fucking leave me here. I'll Uber or walk him. I don't care. I am not leaving until I meet this guy. Why? Hamilton Parker is now probably roughly $100 million company, 90 some years in business. Adam Loon's the CEO of that company. I had to shake that guy's hand. I didn't know what it would become. I had to shake his hand though. So I waited like an hour. I stalked him like a fucking crazy person. I waited. I was hunting him down. I was waiting to shake his hand. Waited. He was about ready to walk out. Wasn't happening on my dime. Shook his hand. That one moment of persistence led to 3 months of hell. Be patient. And he tested me. Hey, I'm going out of town this day. He didn't want to give me his contact info. He heard what I said, probably didn't give a fuck about it because he probably didn't register all of it. He was busy. He was persistent in his own pursuit. I wasn't letting him not be patient though. I stopped him in his tracks. I said, hey, I'm not fucking leaving until you give me your contact. We might as well make this, easy. 2-3 months though, he tested me. Tuesday, 12:43 a.m., email me this, I'll let you know my schedule. Fuck off. Like, that's what I'm thinking in my head. This guy's testing the fuck out of me. Well, he did. And I passed. Lo and behold, 3 months later, the one single person that had the biggest impact on us being able to buy R&R Pipeline, Jim Havens, was an attorney for Adam Lewin. So that persistence and that patience of going through the steps that it took led to meeting the guy that was the deal maker. The art of the deal. The hand that I needed to shake wasn't Adam Lewin. It was actually Jim Havens. And because of that, net worth, Billy talked about it earlier, but net worth, $37,000 was my net worth, January 2019. R&R Pipeline is to be closed on in May. $37K. Just under $10 million purchase price. That math does not math. I don't care how fucking smart you are, but that math doesn't math. That net worth and that purchase price, they don't align. We're missing some commas and some zeros. But come May 24, 2019, we weren't missing anything because I owned the fucking company. Persistent patience, relentless in the fucking pursuit of it. But you gotta be patient with the outcome. You cannot quit. Quitting is the guarantee that you never get it. If you are persistent, if you just continue to go, you're gonna win either way. It might not be the thing you thought you went after originally, but you are going to fucking win. You just cannot quit. Closing date, originally, December 31, 2018. So April 12th of 2018, Dr. Serrano, of all people, for those of you that know Eric Serrano, he's a crazy fucker, probably may or may not have been full of shit when he said this, but he basically said, I'm sick of you talking about buying this company. You've been BSing about it forever. Bring me a business plan. I'll bring you a fucking investor. Millions of dollars, 7 figures. Business plan, bring it to him, got it. That day, we went to the previous owner of R&R Pipeline and said, hey, we want to buy R&R Pipeline. What's the fucking worth? Well, his price and the real price were a lot different. So we went on this journey, 407 days from that day till we closed. talk about fucking relentless pursuit with no conceivable outcome being good. Every dime I had went into fees just to get an opportunity. Thousands of dollars, couple $1,000s, this SBA fee, just to fucking get a seat at this table. You're going to put all this money into that. Guys, I was a fucking pipeliner. I didn't make much money. $9 an hour, 2007. At this point, I'm making 25 grand maybe, or 25 bucks an hour. Not very much money. 37K is my net worth. I'm still fucking broke. And then it all starts to kind of turn around. I'm pushing every chip in. Credit cards are fucking maxed out, like it's all in. If this deal doesn't go through, guess what happens? I'm living in a fucking box. I had my house up for everything that I owned was pushed in. All the chips were in. Persistence. Relentless. Fucking dog. And when I say persistent, G knows what it's about. He knows me pretty well now. 16 hours a day would not be a fucking abnormal day. That would be more normal than not. 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., whatever, let's go. I used to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if you remember this or not, for about a year. 2 o'clock in the morning, when my daughter was born, I wake up, I would train at OSG before you guys even got there. I'd be done at 4:30, get a shower, be at the office by 5, work till 9. By noon, I was ready to fucking die, but I did that for like a year. Don't recommend it, but persistent, because I had a bigger vision for my life. The best thing that ever happened to me was not getting what I wanted when I wanted it. April 12th, 2018, go to the previous owner's house, High State Michigan game. This guy's a multimillionaire, very well off. I've known him for a long time. He didn't even tell his wife that he was willing to sell the company yet. So we had a guaranteed letter from the bank. The deal was fucking done, essentially. November 26th. Didn't even tell his wife. So just imagine, I'm sitting there talking to his wife, and she's like, what the fuck are you talking about selling the company? Like, she had no idea. And I said, Stacy, I love you. You're like family to me, but I'm here to tell you, Rick's going to be unemployed come January 1. You better find something for him to fucking do. Jaw drops, walks away. That's where my mind was at. The next week, the bank fucking drops us. One person was all we needed. We needed one chance to get this deal done. And that one chance just got dropped. Back to the drawing board. 20 different banks. Fucking hell. I've never been so disrespected and not punched someone in the mouth than I did in that month. 15 to 20 banks, told I was useless, worthless. 37K, that's fucking laughable to a bank. Talk about fitting in a box, right? Fitting inside of a box? No. I wasn't even welcome in the door. You want a checking account or a savings account? You're trying to buy this fucking company? Walk out that door. Like, it's not even on the table. But persistent, relentless. I just needed one chance, one, and then got one. That one chance came back again, closed that deal, and that person was bought in. Not to the financial benefit that I had, because there was not a single fucking person that could look at that and say, yeah, that's a good deal. That's a horrible fucking deal. I would tell you that today. There's no reason that person should have signed up for that. But probably seeing the persistence that we had, and also the patience that we were willing to have to get the outcome. December 31, 2018, we're going to close on R&R Pipeline. Closing delay, closing delay, closing delay. By the end of fucking February, I'm ready to hurt somebody. I'm furious because I was like, God, this is all right there. End of the year, we have taxes now that are going to be a fucking train wreck. The amount of not ending that fiscal year to going into May was going to be a nightmare. And let me tell you what, the patience that I didn't have in that moment taught me the best lesson in life. Because had we closed December 31, I might not be here as the owner of R&R Pipeline today. $322,000 in working capital to start. That might sound like a chunk of change, but that's not much when your payroll was about $250 every 2 weeks. 30-day net terms, start out with 322. The credit cards that we had for the company, 10 grand. That was my personal and my business partner's personal leverage for a credit card. We had no fucking credit. Back to Billy talking earlier about credit. We had nothing, but we had a skill set, and we were fucking persistent, unwilling to be told no, and unwilling at this point, because we own the fucking company now. 65 people were reliant on us. So what do? We go to fucking work. May 24th, 2019, we closed. How did we close in December? Started in January. We would have probably been about 400,000 in a hole, Q1. And that would have bankrupted us. With $300,000 in working capital, we couldn't leverage our house to make fucking payroll at that point because it wasn't worth anything. They already owned it. By the end of 2019, we had $1 million in savings in the bank. Like it was nothing at that point. We had a cushion. But had that not happened, that 4-month delay, 5-month delay taught me the patience of a lifetime, because 12 years of hard work was almost pissed away by me being so relentless in that moment without seeing the big picture. So today, the first 3 years of business, guys, they're fucking great. Billy talked about COVID earlier. Like, COVID allowed us to flatline. It allowed us to grow internally without growing externally so high that we could not fucking handle it. Process development, systems. We had nothing when we started. Founded in 1984, bought in 2019. We inherited fuck. We had nothing. It was horrible. When I tell you that we had to go to rock bottom, we really had to hit bottom. Everybody and everything we had eliminated. The vice president, the controller, anyone with experience in the company, gone. First 3 years though, enterprise value, 3x. EBITDA skyrocket, revenue doubled. Holy shit, business is pretty easy. I never had any money in my life growing up. I was always kind of on the edge of paycheck to paycheck. And I remember getting a distribution that was 6-figure, pretty high 6-figure. I remember me and G talking about it. I'm like, dude, I just put a quarter in my pocket. And he's like, and it's like, it's normal though, at that point. But it took 12 fucking years to get there. 12 to 14 years of overnight success. If you think it's going to be quick, you're going to be wrong. Expecting it to be quick is going to make it way harder. 14 years. Fucking grinding 7 days a week. Relentless. But now with patience. So 2023, at the end of the year, December hits, we take a fucking $600,000 loss. I just started a podcast. Was going to write a book, but then put that on the back burner. Go to the podcast. I start up another pursuit thinking that R&R Pipeline is going to hit the peak. It didn't hit the peak though. From 2023 until about a month ago, it's been fucking relentless grind. Like, I cannot find a way out of this. In 2025, where I thought we found a way, it got 10 times worse. What was controlled before, not controlled now. Everything that we had readily available that was going good went really bad. And I thought, fuck, we've always got paid good. We're not getting paid at all. Now I'm looking at debt coverage ratios. I'm looking at bank loans. I'm like, holy shit, there is not a way out. But I did not give up on the persistence. I knew it was going to come back around. I had no idea when. And that was the whole entire point of the journey in the first place. Be persistent. Don't try to control the outcome. You're not in control of when it happens. You're only in control of what you do to get there, and it will fucking happen. You just cannot quit. If you quit, I guarantee you're not going to get it. But if you stay the path, stay the course, you will get it. It's just not going to be when you think it's going to happen, not going to be when you want it to happen, and it's going to be way bigger than you could ever imagine. And if I know anything about persistent patience, it's that. Persistence, max effort in what you do, fucking go all in. I'm in constant pursuit of greatness, persistent every day. But I know I have to be patient with the outcome, because success is not quick. It's not easy. And if it was, it wouldn't be fucking worth it. The journey is what it's all about. Enjoy the journey, stay persistent, be patient with the outcome, always give it max fucking effort, and guarantee you one thing, you will get the result if you just don't ever quit. So don't ever give up.
Stop telling yourself one day. It isn't about one day, it's about day one. Today should be your day one. What you need isn't another day. What you need is clarity with the community to give you confidence to unlock your greatness. That's what the group coaching program is all about. Confidence, clarity, via commitment. Hit the show link in the notes. Let's start unlocking your greatness now, today.